100 years ago. Do you recognise anyone in these holiday snaps? Hello, he had been at his side just moments before he was murdered. Today, a friend of Laverne Rich has been reliving the moment the 37-year-old was killed in America early on Sunday morning.
Yes, the swimming instructor from Cardiff who was stabbed to death with staying with friends in the quiet New Jersey town of Margate. As the manhunt continues, his friends, devastated by their loss, are hoping that justice will be served quickly for a man who had everything to live for.
Death is fine too.
Chris Perry reporting. Now, for nearly 6 years, British troops have been risking their lives in Afghanistan, fighting the Taliban and fighting to stay alive in one of the world's most hostile environments.
At the heart of that struggle are Welsh soldiers battling in hell.
Duncan Golestani, Wales Tonight.
And you can see more of those pictures and interviews on our website. The address is itvlocal.com/Wales. Well, let's look at some more stories making the news around Wales now. South Wales Police is to be investigated in the UK. Now, he lost his job in Cabinet when the new Labour-Plaid coalition was agreed. Today, the ex-Assembly Minister Hugh Lewis has declared the Welsh Labour Party unfit for purpose, saying it needs to be radically overhauled.
Yes, the AM former for Tydfil and Rhymney says he wants to kick-start the debate about the party's future. Well, Mr Lewis is with us now in the studio. Isn't this just sour grapes because you lost your ministerial job?
Well, no, of course not, and I think anyone who knew me well would agree. I don't engage in that sort of self-indulgence, to be frank.
So you would be speaking out anyway, would you?
Well, yes. I mean, just because one changes one's me, it gives me more time to engage in some, what I hope is good politics.
I have read your paper. You call for new technology to spread Labour's message. But at the heart of this document, it seems to me, is a return to core Labour values, more consultation with unions and community groups. It's back to old Labour, isn't it?
Well, I hope not old Labour, not old-fashioned Labour at least, but...
Have to go through such a big change, as you say, wouldn't it be better done in opposition?
Well, no, I think that... no, you wouldn't expect me to agree with that.
Debate on the website, the MP, the Welsh MP, Paul Flynn, has said your paper is, to quote him, cobblers. What would you say to him?
Well, I think Paul's main gist is that he finds it strange. I don't know if Paul's being deliberate.
Very much indeed.
Thank you.
The future of Cardiff City is again in doubt this evening after the club's major investor launched legal action against the club to recover more than £30 million of debt.
The Langston Corporation served the Bluebirds with a writ yesterday evening, claiming the club had failed to meet certain deadlines and had repeatedly ignored numerous requests to discuss the debts. John Paul Davis reports.
Of the Bluebirds.
Well, John Paul's with us now. So just what do we know about Langston then, John?
Well, we know they're a Swiss-based company. Well, if you remember back in January, John, we were told that the club's debts had been written off. Well, today there would seem to be more to that than meets the eye. We were told in a statement from Langston that the club has defaulted on an interest payment. Peter Ridsdale says that deadlines have been met and no payments have been missed. We had a statement just in from Cardiff City that has said that non-payment of interest is not treated as an act of default. I think it's one, John, that's likely to be sorted out in the courtroom.
John Paul, thank you very much, and we'll see you a bit later for the day's sport in full.
Hello, you're watching Wales Tonight. Thank you for joining us. A reminder of our top story now.
A friend of Laverne Rich, the Cardiff man murdered in New...
Well, there's still plenty to come on the programme tonight, including...
Next.
Yes, there'll be more from Nina and Geraint straight after this news. Now, 60 years ago today, India won its independence from Britain. Celebrations are taking place in both countries to mark the creation of the world's biggest democracy.
Now, India is largely a Hindu country, and our reporter Lewis Vaughan-Jones is at the India Centre of the Hindu Cultural Association of Wales in Cardiff, where they're marking the historic anniversary. Lewis.
Yes, they're celebrating here.
We hope you're going to join in, Lewis. Thank you very much indeed.
Now it's that time of year again. Thousands of teenagers across Wales are anxiously waiting for their A-level results.
Yes, they are, and we remember it all too well.
Yes.
But this time tomorrow they'll know if they've got the necessary grades to go to university or start a new job.
But what if you don't quite make the grade, or if you fail to get them all together? Well, as Mary-Claire Carey-Jones has been finding out, there's no need to panic.
Tonight, Newport.
Where there's muck, there's brass. Well, John Paul is back, this time with all the action on the football pitch. And John Paul, not a bad night last night.
Yeah, fantastic compared to the weekend, John. It's all your sport for this evening.
John Paul, thank you very much indeed. Now, they were taken over a century ago, and there's still a remarkable collection of pictures.
Yes, a selection of snapshots from Edwardian Wales are on display in Aberystwyth Ceredigion Museum, but they're also part of a detective story.
Yes, because no one knows exactly who took the photos or who's in them. So, can you help? Rob Shelley reports.
Images from the endless summer of 1901, the new king...
Feet wet at Aberystwyth.
I love Rob paddling in a suit.
Yes, winner of the Knobbly Knee competition 2007. Well, one man who certainly enjoys being beside the seaside is James Wright.
Yes, but tonight he's on the roof because it's not really seaside weather, is it, unfortunately, James?
No, I feel a little bit hard done by. I'm supposed to stand...
That forecast, James. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, time now to take a look at the headlines with Sarah Lawrence.
A friend of Laverne Rich, the man who was murdered in New Jersey, has spoken exclusively about the horrifying events that led to his death. The 37-year-old from Cardiff was stabbed to death in the early hours of...
And that's the way Wales looks tonight. There's more on our website. The address is on your screens now.
Yes, check it out. Next, it's the ITV Evening News. Keep watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. From all of us on the programme, bye-bye.
Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.